that are just as Dr. Thomas and Diane Walton and Dr. Freddie and Dr. Rosalind Hill and Pastor Walter and Lady Lynn Turner are. They're very special to me. They have never said no to me. I have gone and asked them for things. I have mentioned I need your support. And before I could get the words out, what do you need, Pam? I'm there for you. It is such an honor today, on day 2 of Black Marriage Weekend, to bring to this microphone Mr. and Mrs. Edward and Doris Ford of Creative Drawers, the oldest Black-owned business in the city of Chicago. Ed, Wood, and Doris Ford. Keeping the honey in the moon. Y'all are so fun.
Get your pads and pencils.
First of all, I'd like to thank Pam and Frank for bringing all of us together today to talk about things that we need to talk about. We need to talk about life and family and marriage and destiny and our children and what our plans are for our futures. This morning I asked my wife, I says, let's wear black today, because black is beautiful. Yeah. Okay? Right. Now, I didn't know how to start this story about 57 years. It started 57, 58 years ago when I met Doris at a dance at the Grand Ballroom. And as you can see, when I saw her, I said, I'll let Doris tell you what happened.
Well, first of all, he asked me to dance. So, okay, we were dancing, and he said, do you have a boyfriend? And I said, no. So he said, well, I'm going to be your next boyfriend. He'd been drinking. You don't want me to tell that, but he hasn't had a drop of drinking in probably 40 years. Nothing but water. But anyway, so I'm saying, yeah, right. Because that was the last thing I wanted was somebody to drink, because I had a stepfather that was an alcoholic. And I didn't want any of that in my life. So then he said, and I'm going to be your husband too. Ooh. And I said, no. So then he asked me for my phone number. And gave him the phone number, and he called a few days, and I was kind of resistant. Then finally I gave in.
Microphone.
And here we are. But first of all, we went out. We went to the drive-in. That was our first day. So while we were watching the movie, he says, can I taste your lipstick?
I'm still tasting that lipstick. Anyway, we've been so close together all of these years that I can ask Doris a question. I can be at work, and if a customer gets on my nerves, I'll say, Doris, what time is it? She'll say,
Time for your nap.
that means I'm getting tired of these people. Help me get them out of here. Anyway, I fell in love with Doris. And we were in different situations where we really didn't have a lot. But I had a vision, because when I was 14 years old, I started working for this jeweler. And this man, he was of a Jewish persuasion. He gave me a job. He was looking for my brother because I had a tough life. I had great parents, but we were poor. I used to mop floors and shine shoes. I worked in white people's home, and I worked in a Chicken Shack, a lot of things. And I was young. I worked in a barber shop where the proprietor, and I was about maybe 12 years old. He said, you can work here. I want you to work here. And what you'll do is you'll shine everybody's shoes in here, and you'll brush them off and say, thank you, Alco System Barber Boosters. And I said, well, how much does the job pay? He said, I don't pay you anything, but you have to shine everybody's shoes in here. I said, I don't know if I like this man too much. So one day I went skating at Park City, and he told my mother he didn't show up to work. And I'm saying, show up. I don't have to come to work if you don't pay me. Because I was kind of, I was kind of outspoken when I was young, because I was tired of being poor. And I wanted to move on. I asked my daddy one morning, I said, who is Jim Crow? He said, Ed, you don't really want to know. He explained all of that to me. I said, well, maybe one day I can make a difference. So what happened was, I'm working with my father. He was a valet at a health club, sort of like Bally's and the rest. And he would take care of the cleaning, the pressing, the shoe shine, all of that. After school, I would go and help him, my brother, and I would shine shoes for the members and help him with the cleaning and all of that, work in the steam room. And after that, I would have to mop this floor of this photography studio that was much larger than this room. So I had a desire and a goal to just work hard and to try to have something. Anyway, one of the members of the club came up to me. I'm shining shoes, and he said, "Where's your brother?" I says, "Well, we work alternate days." He says, "I want to ask him if he can maybe help me in my jewelry store for 2 weeks while my man goes on vacation." I said, "Well, my brother's he goes to summer school, so he can't do it." He said, "Well, how old are you?" I said, "I'm 14. He said, "Well, your brother's 16. He said, you're too young." I said, "I might be young, but I'm smarter than my brother." So he said, "Come to 5 South Wasatch." Okay, now this is in 1954. Okay?
Yeah.
So when I say I'm the oldest black business downtown, I've been in that building for 60 years. Okay? Okay? Now, the main thing when we talk about black businesses, okay, my resolve was, when I worked for this man for 14 years, okay, I ended up being the highest paid worker or employee of any company downtown that worked for a jewelry store, okay? So after 14 years, I said it's time for me to move on. But anyway, he said, there's no black man, black person that's could ever do anything like this in the jewelry business. But I had been listening to Malcolm and Dr. King, Gandhi, all of these people that were starting to motivate black people. Dr. King said he had a dream. And see, we were all dreaming back in the day. We dreamed about what we wanted to have, what we could have, and maybe what we could accomplish. Anyway, I quit my job after 14 years. He tried to get me back by saying, by then I was married to Doris. He said, "Take Doris and you can go anywhere in the world that you want to go." I said, no, this is over. I'm through. I waited long enough. I missed 3 days and 14 years of work. I made you a millionaire. You got a lot of money. Okay, you don't work. I just do all the work. Well, he had promised me before. He said, "What do you want?" I said, "I want financial security after 14 years." He says, "No." I said, I want you to put my name on the door too. Put your name on the door. I said, for my friend, you know, for people that I know. He said, no, we're not going to do that. I said, okay, I'm giving you notice. Then he thought about it. He said, okay, let's talk about, what do you want? I said, you can give me a bond a month, you can give me profit sharing, or you can give me a commission. Because back in the 50s and 60s, I was selling about $100,000 worth of stuff in his place. Okay. So he said, yeah, we'll talk about a commission. I said, okay. I said, my friend sent a man in here yesterday, one of his friends. He bought a ring for $800. I said, how much did I make? Commission. He said, $5.50. I said, okay, I'm getting out of here, okay? Now, a couple of days after I quit, that's when he said, let's talk. He had somebody call me, said, come downtown. I didn't really want to come. He said, go do me this favor, go see him. When I went to see him, he said, take Doris around the world, wherever you want to go, take a vacation, and you're not going to make it on your own. It's impossible for a black man, period. I'm saying, yeah, yada, yada, yada. And finally, I said, I'm not coming back. I wish you well. He said, okay, dear. Here's your Christmas bonus. It was around October, November. I said, no. He said, you earned this. This is 2/3 of your Christmas bonus. And I kept thinking about what he was saying. He said, you earned this money. This is your money. But still knew he was trying to bribe me. I'm looking at my watch. And he wrote out a check for $600. That was part of my Christmas bonus. Now I'm looking at my watch because the bank around the corner is about to close, and I'm gonna get this money. $600. Now the reason I said $600, I started my business with $600. Okay. Now let's go back to when we got married. We didn't have any money. I was still working in the jewelry store. But I had saved, because now I'm 19. I had saved about $7,000, $8,000. But I didn't tell her. I didn't tell her. Because I didn't want to marry me for my money. I'm testing.
And you test the honey and the moon all around?
The money and the moon. Anyway, the honey. We got married, and Doris was working for Overton Cosmetics, okay? Now I'm making $35 a week part-time, okay? That's back in the day. That was pretty good money, part-time. Doris was making $33 a week, full-time, at Overton Cosmetics in Lake Meadow, okay? State Street. One week after we all got paid, I said, let's ante up, honey. Oh, by the way, I said, before we got married, how much money do you have? Did you save any money? She said, yeah, honey. I said, well, how much you got? Tell them how much you said.
$5.
She had $5. I'm saying, I got to marry her and get us on the right road to success. Okay? The week after we got married, and I told her, let's ante up, because I'm getting this account now. We want you checking account, savings account, all of these accounts. She said, I said, give me your money from your job. She gave me $7. I said, I thought you said you made $33 a week. She said, car fare, lunch money, and incidental. This is what's left, $7. I said,
He told me to quit that job and he could get a $10 raise on his job. So I quit and I was home with and raised our children for 25 years. So I know what it's like to be a mother in a home full time and raise your children the right way.
Right.
You know, and instill in them that they have to go to school. We had 2 daughters that never missed school the whole 12 years that they were in school. Were never tired. So I think it's something to be said when you can be a full-time mother. I know everybody can't, but I was afforded that experience and I wouldn't trade it for anything in the world.
That's good.
So if this man is the reason for it, that we work together with nothing and
Tell them what we started with.
started with nothing and we still got some left. When you keep saying, how do you keep the honey in the moon? You just have to love each other and try and understand each other. You're gonna have obstacles and disagreements, but you work through it. You don't give up.
Right.
That's the main thing. Most people nowadays, they don't work at anything. You know, when something happens, they just, I'm done. You know, and we've never said we were done. We might be done at the moment, but then there comes, like you said, a making up. And that's the good part.
Now tell them, you proud of me, though?
Very.
Tell them how much money I got.
Enough to choke a goat and a goat eats paper.
Because everybody said you ain't gonna make it in your business. Even when I went to try to get this place, 5 South Wabash, the owners of the building said we don't rent to black people. I said, if you make me, you know, your first example of integration or whatever, one day you're gonna have an influx of people. You're gonna wish you had let me in first. Okay, so I could set the example. Okay, after 2 or 3 weeks of deliberating and talking and just ensuring that I would be a good tenant, they agreed to rent me this office that I have now. Now, not only am I in this building, I'm the oldest business, original business in this building, okay? Now I'm getting back to this love thing. First of all, love is the strongest and the biggest word in the Bible. Okay, God is love. And without love, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. Like Doris said, you have your ups and downs. And my honey works with me every day because I know in the jewelry business, she's the only one I can trust. Okay? But a lot of times when I make the sale and my friends or my customers come in and give her the money, I'm looking at them saying, I shouldn't have put her name on that door. Okay? And I have an agreement with her because you have to, you know, you have to have agreements when you're in marriage. I said, honey, when I'm downtown, would you please let me be the boss? Please. I had to ask for permission because it don't matter how big or how great or how successful you think you are, you're going to answer to your lady.
That's right.
And they say on the side of every great man is a great woman. Not in that, not around, right here, like she is right now, on the side of a great. And I don't know, it's hard to be humble when you're as great as I am. But, okay, this journey, after we got married, I tell people, when you talk about honeymoons, they say, where did you go for your honeymoon? I said, we went to the islands. So I said, we were poor, but we went to the islands. They said, where? I said, Stony Island and Blue Island.
See, this is what keeps the honey in the moon laughing a lot. This comedian here.
But now, this is what really keeps the honey in the moon. Ain't no kids here, right? We all Christians, we all.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what my daddy told me. My daddy, great man. He said, Ed, get married. Now, you remember this, okay? You're going to try to be the boss. But remember what I'm about to tell you. He said, now you repeat after me. Everybody listening?
Yes.
He said, once a king, there used to be a King Edward. Once a king, always a king, right? He said, but once a night is enough. So if you want to now, it's really been a beautiful journey. And I know that all my life that God has watched over me. When I was young, my mother asked me one day, she said, what do you want for your birthday? And I told you we were poor. I said, I want a ring with my initial on it. She took me downtown. We went to this jewelry store. And I saw the ring I wanted, but my mom couldn't afford it. Okay? So when I say I know that something happened then, I lost my mom 6 months after we got married, right, Tori? And I could have given her the world, you know. But anybody here that has love for any of their relatives, let them know how much you love them.
That's right.
Let them know, because you never know. Now, the thing that I'm trying to say is, part of my destiny was, I have the jewelry store, but I don't have my mom. You know? But like I said, my life has been a real beautiful, blessed journey. When I was young and in grammar school, the lady that tested people, she told my teacher to get hold of my mom to bring her to school, because we need to have a conference. I said, oh Lord, something is wrong. And my mama come up to this school, you know what's going to happen. Okay? I'll put my head between my legs and kiss my butt goodbye. Okay? Now that's another thing that we need in these homes right now. We need this discipline. Because if we can't discipline our children, it's over.
It's over.
You know, now, we all know the same story. We all had the same moms. Once you got your whipping, what they say, I wouldn't beat you like this if I didn't love you. Sinbad said his mama beat him so bad one day, she beat him for 3 hours, running all over, he couldn't even outrun her. And after she beat him so bad, she said, you know I wouldn't beat you like this if I didn't love you. She said, now, could you help me find your eyeball? Now, you all let me know if I'm talking too much. I make my living running my mouth. Okay? Another thing, we talked about entrepreneurism and everything. You lead by example. Now, if a child is not good in school, okay, let him explore the trades.
Right.
You know? We all don't have to be Michael Jordan. We all can't be basketball players, football players, entertainers, and all of this mess out here. You know, back in the day, we didn't have all of this chaos. We had love. We had community. Everybody was your auntie. Everybody knew you. Okay? Everybody watched out for everybody. We was all poor, but we shared. We all shared. Okay? Now, I met this southern girl, Doris from Alabama. I'm from Cook County Hospital. Okay? Now, Doris has a beautiful legacy because everybody heard of the Brown Bomber, Joe Louis?
Yeah.
That's her first husband.
Is that right? All right.
Joe Louis was a maverick. He was one of the first ones to entertain integration with the government. Another thing, The movie Race was out recently. The Jesse Owens story. Okay. All of Jesse Owens' daughters, they call daughters all the time.
Yeah, those are my girls.
Now, 1936, what did he do? Okay? He made a difference, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
He made us proud, okay? Now, they say, when he came back to America, President Roosevelt wouldn't even congratulate him, okay? But what we want to do now is we want to lead, and we want to show people that we are God's chosen race. He gave us soul, and that's something that most people don't have. You got soul, you could look at a person and say, I like him, I love him, I can't stand him, okay? Now, this journey has brought us many, many delights, many things. Another thing about entrepreneurism, I'm a black man, this is a black lady. When I open my business, I wanted everybody to know, whoever came in this store, we black, okay? And this is the way we do things, and we're gonna make an example, we're gonna set an example, we're gonna save you money, and we're gonna be better than anybody else. Now, a couple of years ago, Doris looked me up on the internet. I don't be doing all of that internet. My phone says hello. You call my office, it's gonna say hello after 2 or 3 rings. It ain't gonna say, punch number 23, listen to Dennis music, everything gonna be all right. And you never get to talk to anybody, or you have to leave a message. You don't have to leave a message with me if I'm in it, okay? Now, where was I at, Doris? When you did
When I
what?
Googled you.
Oh, when she Googled my name, guess what happened? It came up #1 jeweler in Chicago. Didn't say black, didn't say white. Me. That's why I got to be here now. Because I wasn't supposed to have nothing. Okay? I wasn't supposed to have, But like I said, God gave me all of this. He gave me all of this. Now, not only am I a jeweler, I have lots of accolades. Okay? Now, when they took the survey yesterday and asked me about my religion, Doris told me she wasn't going to marry me. Now, I don't want to offend anybody. She was a Catholic. I said, I don't know, no black Catholic. What's up with you? She said, you're going to find out if you want to marry me, you're going to convert. Oh, boy. I tasted them lips again. I said, now, I convert. Okay? We got married. I told you we didn't have any money. We went down to City Hall. We got married with our moms. I went to work after we got married. She went to work. Reverend Hinton married us. Maybe y'all married. Know somebody knows. 6 degrees, everybody knows somebody. Okay. Reverend Hinton said, you got all your stuff? Come over to my pile at 1 o'clock, we get married. And that's what we did. I told you we didn't have any money. Went to work, she went to work. 6 years after we got married, I'm watching television. Expose. I said, what is this expose? If anybody met you down in City Hall by the Reverend Hinton, he's a fake. I said, oh my God, that's the man that married us. Come here. She said, uh-oh.
I said, we got to find a priest right away, because we got to get married in the church. You're not getting away with this. We got to make this real legal.
I tried to just play it off. I was going to stay with her anyway. But this fake guy, what would happen if I hadn't really been there? See, that was God's way. That was him. Okay. Now, I told you I'm a Catholic. Now, people say, well, there's a lot of mess going on. See, mess going on everywhere. I tell them, I said, look, I go to church, Doris goes to church. We go to church to worship God, not a preacher. Okay? Now, Y'all let me know if I'm talking too long. I don't know what my time limit is, but I'll make my living running my mouth. It's time to give it up. 2.5 hours? Thank you. Like I said, my life has evolved tremendously. When my mom came up to school that time, they said, we examined your son and we gave him a lot of tests. And your son, I'm scared. I don't know what they about to tell him. Your son is at the genius level. Okay? They said, now he's won a scholarship to University of Chicago. Okay. I won a scholarship to University of Chicago when I was in grammar school. That's where I met a whole lot of people. Okay? Now, when we put our kids in the Catholic school, I ended up being on the board. Then I ended up being president of Aquinas High School. From that, I became the first black board member of Bradley University. Cecil Partee was the second. I have numerous awards, but like I said, it's all about God giving these things to me. I'm on lots of boards. My business is half, maybe 60% Caucasian. I have Caucasian people chasing us, asking us, wanting to go out with us, come over the house for dinner, you know. And I'm saying, we can make a difference, you know. Don't just limit yourself to us or the hood or whatever. I said, because if you don't make a difference, they gonna steal all your stuff. They gonna take macaroni and cheese and put lobster in it, and they gonna take grits and put all kind of stuff in it. They gonna take catfish, blacken it, and charge you $35. And you go downtown, you gonna pay all kind of money. You gonna grin up in the white people, grin up in the white folks' face and pay whatever they say. But when you go into Bertha's place, if she charge you $35 for a pork chop, you gonna say, I got 7 or 8 people with me, and it better be $35 with dessert, right? Because you're gonna clown on them. Okay, go downtown, pay $15, $18 for a martini. You ain't gonna do that in the hood. Oh no. They say, homie, don't play that. Homie, don't play that. But when you look in the hood, who's in the hood? We talked about it. They in the hood. Okay? We don't have anything because they teach economics, they teach family in the womb. In the womb. And if we don't revert back to these things and pass it on to our children, half of these black ladies can't even cook no more. Am I right or wrong? Okay, now my lady can burn. That's another thing. Way to a man's heart through his stomach, bro. So I'm gonna just let you know the last blessing that was outside of my home. It was in my church. Go to St. Philip Neri Church. Okay, we've been there 50 years. The new priest 5-6 years ago, he said, Ed, I want you to help me because we are dire straits. We gotta help. You gotta help me. This building is crumbling. The school's in array. Blah blah blah. I said, I can do what I'll try. I'll see what I can do. I called a friend of mine, Caucasian friend. I said, you're in the architectural committee. Come by the church and do me a favor. Look at the church. He came by the church. He said, it's a beautiful church here. I said, I need your help. He said, I can get you some pro bono work. Blah blah blah. Get me pro bono work. This started it. I told the priest, start a building fund. Started. I said, we're gonna do these pews. We're gonna dedicate these pews instead of giving all these flowers and stuff away in memory of the DC in God's house. Okay, that's just some of the things. Okay, I implemented a lot of plans. I said, we're gonna consolidate. We're gonna consolidate this school, hopefully, and bring the schools that not doing well for our children, because people can say whatever they want. If you went to Catholic school, you got an education and you got discipline. Okay, and you succeeded in life. But anyway, what I want to say is, all of these things that we did, I'm president of the finance committee. Now, this is the last thing I want to tell you about being in favor. Cardinal George before he died, he looked at 5 churches that were trying to do something. He gave my church $5 million. Okay? Now, when I see Father Plager, he'll say, how'd you get that money? Okay? Now, favor. So now, when we leave out of here, we know what we have to do. You know, we have to instill love. We have to get these members and family and the strays and try to talk to them. You know, try to make examples, try to lead, not follow. Tell them you can be a leader, not a follower. Okay, you can make a difference, and black is beautiful.
It is.
Now, whenever I leave the podium or a microphone, Doris always says, "You never met a mic you didn't like." That's right. That's right. Whenever I leave, I say, "To God be the glory." Don't leave home without Him. Thank you.
Ed and Doris Ford.
Good.
Well, let's give it up again. Can I get maybe, are there any questions? 1 or 2 questions?
I have one. My question is, because of the subject and all of the things that you went through, how were you able to continue to make Doris happy?
She said, you don't really want to know.
We want to know.
Is Mike on?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear him?
We hear you. How did you really continue to make her happy? Because I know you traveled a lot and you did a lot of things, but, you know, what was the key thing, you know?
We just have fun together, and now we work 4 days a week, and like
But
I
you work
said,
together. You
we
always
work together.
So you
People
see
said,
each
"How
other
can you
all
do
day
this?"
long.
I said, "We work together. You know,
Enjoy it.
yeah, we count this money together." This is the thing. This is the thing. It's God is my witness. I give her, I buy her, I'll do for her whatever she wants, because I love her. Here's a lady. She cleans the house. She washes my drawers. She do whatever. Okay? Okay? And she just makes me feel the way I want to feel. Okay? All right? And what else can you say? After 57 years, we still.
Come on now.
Once again.
Thank you again so much,
That's good.
Edward and Doris Ford.
Right. And some money.
Are you all still enjoying yourself? Keeping the honey in the moon. We have still a lot more for you this afternoon, and we're going to get you out of here at a very reasonable time. We have games coming up. You see these chairs sitting here. We got some fun and some great gift prizes for everyone. We also have some great music coming up from Pastor Walter Butts. But right now,
Both comedians are here.
and both of our comedians, BLT and Ron Baker, are here, so they're going to make you laugh. There's still some food back there, so please eat all of this food. Please eat all of it.
It's paid for.
Eat all of it. Eat all of it. You can't take none with you, but you can eat it all. So our next presenter, this is our last presentation as part of the workshops and seminars. And this group, this particular subject is one I think is going to be very important to all of us, because there's the public marriage